Hi, Chelsea. I hope you had a nice off season. I wanted to ask, obviously, coming off of your foot injury, how this off season was maybe different than anyone you've had before, and if you could have taken some of what you learned that rookie year when you didn't get to play and had to sit on the sideline and sort of help you deal with this injury and your recovery this off season.
All season had a bunch of different things, right? My son was born, and so I was excited for that off season. But at the same time, I was rehabbing my foot, and it gave me a chance to kind of slow down and take time for myself and my family and just enjoy that. And so that's what it kind of looks like for me, not rushing, not really having a timeline to get back.
Speaking of your rehab, first off season, we've had access to the practice facility.
Yeah, man, having a practice facility is huge. Like before, we were like everybody's on their own, kind of hiring trainers outside of your like organization because people live in different areas. So I live here in Vegas because we have access to a practice facility, and so a lot of people that were here in town, we were able to kind of still create and just expound on our chemistry, playing and being around Key and Jackie and KP being in town a lot. It was pretty cool to be able to go compete and like play 3-on-3 against each other and just have fun doing that.
All right, let's go to Jordan.
Jordan.
There we go.
Can you hear me?
Gotcha now.
Can y'all hear me? Okay. Congrats on your baby, Chelsea. So I want to talk about your relationship with Candace Parker. You guys have won 3 championships together, and now she's retired. So just briefly speak on your relationship with her.
Yeah, so we won our first together, and then we went apart for our second, and then came back together last year for our third. And so we both do have 3. But my first year in LA, she helped me to become like a professional and what it meant to grow and to be better and learn. Just be a sponge as a young player, second year in the league. I just didn't know my left from right foot. So just trying to understand that. And then little tidbits and things. So now fast forward, I'm going into my 10th season, but things that I can help the rookies do and help them grow is important as well. So it's been pretty cool, like a different dynamic. And she's been a part of that. I don't know a WNBA league without Candace Parker. And so it'll be very different basketball wise. She's still one of my closest friends. And so that won't change. I'll probably still call her and complain about stuff after games. So
Rafiq.
This is Rafiq with nothing but that sports. So to piggyback off the question about the championship rings you won with and without Candace Parker, I mean, why don't you talk about like the whole motivation to like keep on winning than just the championship wins?
I have 3 and I'm never satisfied. I want to get more, hungry for more, I have a lot more in the tank to get more. And so that's really my focus.
Nikias?
Nikias.
What's up? What's up? Good to see you again. Pleasant surprise watching Kings games on Link Pass to hear you on the call.
That's me.
What is the preparation like when you're hopping on like the Kings broadcast or when you're doing things for Duke, and how does that kind of differ from game prep?
You look at stats a lot more. You look at history and play and things that you can talk about and kind of connect the dots a little bit more. You kind of look at relationships between the player coach sometimes. And that's what you kind of get ready for. And that's kind of been my mentality is our little minute things that I probably wouldn't pay attention to as a player. You have to talk about them. And sometimes that's what the media and what fans want to see and talk about and hear.
Thank you.
Blake?
Hey, Chelsea, this is Blake Spadaro from Blake's Take. What was your reaction when one of your closest friends, Candace Parker, retired? And in the new players on the team, have you given players like Deja Fair and Kate Martin any special advice? going into their first season?
Yeah, so it's always a surprise or like shock, like, okay, this is really happening, that one of the best players of all time is retiring, let alone one of my best friends that I'm not gonna be able to compete on the court with anymore. So that was kind of a like shocker to like basketball in the WNBA world. A little bit of sadness and happiness, because it's sadness that, oh man, you're not gonna be able to see her play anymore, but happiness of what she's been able to accomplish in her career and kind of change basketball, help change that on the men's and women's side. And so it's a happiness and a joyful time for her as well. It's going to be difficult, right? You've been playing basketball for so much of your life. We just compete at a high level and want to sustain that for a long period of time. She's been able to do that. And so it will look a little different for her. I'm excited for her next chapter and journey. And then to your second part of your question with Fair and Martin, I just say, like, come out and compete, man. You never take an opportunity for granted. Whether you make this team or not, it's about competing. And so what you do in this camp matters for in the future. And so I just always be blessed to be here, be a sponge, but compete hard as heck.
Sean?
Hey, Chelsea, kind of a on the court, off the court question. How has motherhood changed you? Maybe it's an approach, just an outlook on things. How has it changed you, and how's the baby doing?
Baby is good and healthy, cries, poops, and eats. That is all that he's about right now. He's giving some laughs and everything now. He's getting older, so it's pretty cool. But man, it's not made me softer, but it's like if you have a bad day at work, you come home and you see this little baby, you're just like, they don't have any care in the world of just like, hi, talk to me, happy to see me, rock me, put me to sleep. So it's kind of like very lighthearted once I get home.
All right,
Awesome.
Brad?
Yes, hi Chelsea, how are you? Brad Lake, WBB Nation, WNBA Swish. Our Olympic team is chasing its 8th straight gold in Paris, and after winning the gold in Tokyo, can you speak to the excitement that yourself and other Aces players are represented on the training camp roster, and just about all that pride?
Yeah, if we're blessed enough to go over there in Paris, it'll be pretty cool. You know, Tokyo was a little bit different because it was during COVID, and so there weren't any fans. People's families weren't able to attend, and so to be able to do that in Paris, and my family will be there, to be able to have my son there, and he's not going to remember a single thing. He's just going to be, his sleep schedule is going to be all messed up. So it'll be pretty cool. That like pictures and like later down life we can show him like, look, you were here with mommy, you know. So that's a pretty cool thing to do and experience that with my parents and my wife. She's been great, and she's been with me my whole career, and so to be able to have her there, that's awesome. And she's been talking about that for the longest, to be able to be there for the Olympics. So it will be exciting, man, and to do it with other players that I love and cherish and love competing with is awesome.
Matthew?
Hey, Chelsea, to follow up on Nikias's question, obviously you've been on ACC Network now. You got to do the Kings games this year. I wanted to know what you enjoyed most about doing the Kings games, and then if that's something you could see down the line when you're done playing that you want to do as a career to follow playing basketball.
Yeah, I definitely can see that being a career later after I'm done. I enjoyed like just talking NBA basketball. I haven't done that before, and just tackling new territory. It was uncomfortable at first because it's just like it's something new. So I like doing different things that I just don't know if I'm going to like or I'm going to enjoy it. And so talking Kings basketball, actually attending games and seeing little things that I wouldn't see as a casual fan is pretty cool kind of perspective. So I enjoy doing that and going back, and every time I would go back, my older brother still lives there. So being able to see him every time that I would travel there was pretty cool as well.
Nikias, you got a quick follow-up?
Just a quick one, unrelated. Congratulations on the extension.
Thank you.
To know what went into signing that now.
What went into it, man, just trying to change, just trying to chase history and be legendary, man. In it for the history books, and to do it with people that I love and love competing with is awesome. And an organization from top to bottom understands what it's like to want to win, and that is the standard. So why wouldn't I want to be a part of something like that? And Vegas has become home for me and my family, so of course it made sense.